Yo, what up? What up? What up? Oh, y'all can't see me. My bad. There we go. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Shin, aka Old Head, watching these TV shows. We about to get into this brand new Lord of the Rings prequel. Well, this thing is fire. It's called Rings of Power, and basically this is the rise of Sauron. You know what I'm saying, and show who got the rings and how they were forged. You know, I guess that's how it's gonna go. But before we get into it, thank you guys for watching the content. Hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell, ding ding, to get all our latest videos. All right, this is a spoiler review. So if you have not seen the first 2 episodes, well, I'm just gonna talk about episode 1. Then I'm gonna do another review on episode 2 because there's a lot of content in here that I need to go over. Now I just can't glance over. All right, but if you like the Lord of the Rings and you were kind of disappointed with The Hobbit, trust me, this makes up for it. This show is excellent, in my opinion. It has the right pacing, good story, good characters that you want to follow. So again, this is your spoiler warning. So if you have not watched it yet, pause the video or bookmark it, go watch it, and then come back and then listen to it and see if you agree or disagree with what I have to say about it. I'm gonna put up my notes because I could go off the cuff with this, but I really don't want to. There's a lot of stuff to get into. So basically, when the show starts off, like, first of all, the quality this show has, like, this is movie quality. Like, you know, normally when you see a show and you could tell, I mean, I don't want to bang on She-Hulk or anything like that, but the CG, you know what I'm saying? Like, it don't look movie quality, or Obi-Wan didn't look movie quality, you know, just visually. But this looks movie quality, so I'm really digging it. All right. All right, so we start off in the whoa, it's a lot of static. I don't know if you guys heard that or not. All right, we start off in the Elven world, you know, following a child, and children are playing by the creek, you know, running around frolicking by the lake or by the creek. And then we zoom in, and the person that's narrating is a young child, female child. Now, excuse me, I like Lord of the Rings, but I will butcher a name or two, so don't kill me if I butcher the name. Galadriel. It's a young female child right now, and she's by the creek side playing by herself. You know what I'm saying? Like making a origami boat, and all the kids run up, and you got this one little bad kid jumps up, and he's like, man, I bet you that thing ain't gonna sell. That piece of trash you just made, that ain't gonna sell. She's like, or it ain't gonna float. She's like, it's not gonna float, it's gonna sail. So she set it on the water, it floats, and then it pops out sails and stuff like that, get all fancy. Oh, the kids get jealous, so they start throwing rocks at it. Boom, boom. Then one of them, you know, the real bully or little asshole kid, sinks her boat with a rock. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I told you it wouldn't float. So, of course, she jumps straight on him. Woo. Jumps on him, right? Big brother comes and is like, break it up, like, chill out. She's like, okay. So, hold up. So I got her big brother name down, because he's kind of important. All right, whatever. So I'm sure I'm going to highlight that later. All right, so they're sitting under the tree and they're having a good, you know, big brother, little sister talk. And basically he's like giving her advice on when she grew up. And he started talking about he had this little metaphor that's kind of corny, but it's gonna play into later in the episode what happens. So basically, he's like, hold on, let me get this. Let me get it right. He asked her, does she know why a ship floats and a stone cannot? You know, now obviously would say, well, the stone is, you know, not built for buoyancy. It's gonna, you know, it's gonna sink. But the way he explained it, he was like, look, because the stone only looks downward into the darkness. And it's, you know, the darkness, things that you don't know, you're attracted to it. It would, you know, suck you in. And the boat fights against the darkness of the water to pull it down by looking up and following the stars. Basically, you know, following the stars to lead your path. And then she's like, okay, well, what if it's bright outside and the sun's out, and you know, the sun will reflect off the water and be just as bright. So how do I tell which way is up or down? And then he tickled. Well, he leans over. He tells her in that ear. You don't hear what he say right now. She's like, oh, it's that simple? It's like most things are. So they cut off right there. End scene. And this is all the prelude to before the title screen come up. So now, the first war of Middle Earth is about to happen. Elves are gonna go and help man, you know, and basically it's the prelude to the first Great War. And the first true evil of Middle Earth wasn't Sauron. It was Morgoth. And Morgoth was raging war on Middle Earth. And the elves left Valinor, the holy land of elves, Valinor. So they left to go help, you know, the humans out, man, as they call them, man, help them out. And they thought, oh man, it's gonna be quick. We're gonna come in here, boom, 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 boom. We're gonna be at, and we're gonna jet back to the crib. Nah, this war lasted centuries, dog. So it was like days became weeks, weeks became months became years, years became centuries. You know what I'm saying? So this war was just happening. Then you see the young lady now as a young adult, Galadriel, and she's putting helmets of the lost elves that have been lost on the battle. Now they zoom in when you come in. It's a dragon coming down, burning elves and burning orcs. You know, well, burning elves. You know, you got everything fighting. You know, it's a melee. You know, all that good Lord of the Rings battlefield stuff you saw. So, and then you see near the end of the war, she's stacking on the helmets. Her brother. They finally, after a few centuries, they finally defeat Morgoth, okay? But his armies were still around, and his greatest sorcerer, named Sauron, was starting to run things. So this is the rise of Sauron, all right? We all know, you know, the big red fiery eye. Yeah, we're going to get to see him actually in this. So Sauron is leading the people, the orcs and, you know, all the little critters and stuff like that. And I guess he goes into hiding. So basically, her brother vowed to try to kill Sauron to finish everything so they can go back home. Unfortunately, her brother got killed, got branded, you know what I'm saying, that pitchfork looking joint on his chest, and burnt into him. So he done. Of course, his sister gonna pick up revenge, take his dagger, the family dagger. Like, yo, all right, I'm on a mission. You know what I'm saying? So she get the peoples, and she is searching for centuries for this dude, dog. Like unrest endless quest, you know, like trying to play Zelda and don't have the guide, and you just running in circles and never finish the the mission. Yeah, that's what she's doing. All right. So it zooms in later, you know, like centuries later, and then she's climbing up an icy side of a mountain, you know what I'm saying, just with her brother's dagger. Boom, she's going. She's in front of everybody. Just like, yo, I gotta find him. Everybody else want to rest. She was like, nah, we gotta push through. Forget this storm, this snowstorm. We gotta push through. So they pushing through. Somebody got hurt. They wait. Hold on, let me get this dude's name. I hate when my phone closes. I need to like turn my screensaver off. So her second in command, Thundir, I guess. Thundir or Thunder. All right. Thundir. All right. He's basically like, look, man, we've already been out several years past what the king told us we can do, or several months, you know what I'm saying, past what the king allowed us to do. It's time for us to pack our stuff up. We ain't found them. Guess what? They're gone. We wiped all of them out. Why are you stressed? Chill out. She like, look here. I don't want to go back home just like the next man, you know what I'm saying? But I still got this feeling in my gut that he out there. So until I get proof that this dude is dead, who killed my brother, we out in these streets. So he like, look, we about to turn around. She's like, we ain't got to turn around, we here. So boom, they're at Sauron's secret castle somewhere out in some castle. You know what I'm saying? So they go in, investigating. They get to a chamber where it seems like Sauron was performing, you know, magical tests on different orcs and stuff like that. So, of course, she saw one snowflake melt when it hit the table. So she poured some water on it, then it showed, you know, the pitchfork Sauron symbol. So she was like, oh no, he here. He's still alive, dog. This is a sign. All right. While that happened, noise going around, and it's a snow troll in there. So, of course, they got to fight this snow troll. She comes out with her sword, sled, stabbing in the head with the dagger, with the brother's dagger. Boom, it's down. Then she like, all right, this proof. They didn't want us to see this. We got to keep pushing on. We got to find Sauron. They're like, man, you going to find him yourself, dog. We're going back to the crib. We tired of you. So, they're like, she like, damn. It's like that. They all lay down their swords. Like, you going to find him, you on your own, dog. We out this piece. We going back to the crib. So, basically, Thundir organized a mutiny against her. So she was like, all right, I guess we got to go back to the crib. You know, holler at the king, see if I can get some more men, because y'all sorry as hell. That's all right. So now they're going to take us to, and I won't spend that much time on this, but it's kind of important, at least for episode 2. But for now, they zoom into a little place called Ravana, or Ravana, whatever. Anyway, it's basically like Smurf Village for the little people. You know, it's always little people in Lord of the Rings, called Harfoots. So I don't know if they're descendants of the hobbits. Kind of seem like it. So they're Harfoots. So you call, you know, some so hunters were walking through. They heard the noise. He's like, oh, it's a Harfoot. They're dangerous. They ain't dangerous. They like Smurfs. You know what I'm saying? So little woodland, you know, just like the hobbits. They hide, and then once the hunters went by, they just uncovered everything, and it was a beaming town. So the only thing about that is you get to meet Nori, who kind of seemed like she's gonna be the Hobbit of this show. So, all right, so we in there. Nothing really interesting happened, you know. Outside, they going to eat some berries in the bush, and a wolf or orc wolf or something like that was overlooking them, so they ran back to the village. Without the other children knowing, you know, they was in danger. All right, so skip through that, but that's important for, you know, near the end of this episode. So Nori seems like she's gonna be a focal point in that area of Middle Earth. All right. She's the adventurous kind. She want to leave the village. No one leaves the village. You know, that old trope. You should be happy being here. Oh, I want to leave and see the world. Blah, blah, blah. All right. So, all right. So after that, they flash into the Elven city kingdom called Linden. Oh, I misspelled that. It got London, but it's Linden. The capital of the High Elves. Well, Galadriel finally returned with her company forcefully. She didn't want to come back, but they did, so she came back. Basically to try to ask the king to give her some more men so she can go out on the trail. She was met by an old friend, Elrond. Elrond's like a politician, right-hand man to the king. Okay. So she tells Elrond that she found the market Sauron in that castle, and she needs more men so she can get back on the hunt, because the evil still is out there. Elrond's like, yo, you just got back. Why don't you just chill out, bro? Like, just chill out. You know what I'm saying? Come to the ceremony the king is having since y'all came back. He want to celebrate y'all. Come back. And then after that, if you want to talk to him, fine, but I just want you to know, your ass was been supposed to come back. So you out of pocket trying to ask for a favor. You know what I'm saying? But the king wanted, you know, overlook that because you've been doing such good work out in them streets that he wanted to throw y'all, you know what I'm saying, a housewarming party. Cool. She was like, well, I want to talk to him anyway, regardless. He was like, all right, well, let's go to the ceremony. If you feel the same way after the ceremony, then, all right, cool. Run it. Then you can talk to him. But not before this, you know, don't come in here demanding stuff when you out of pocket in the first place, all right? Basically, that's what he told her. So she like, all right, whatever, dude. All right. So they go to the ceremony. And the king is basically trying to bestow the greatest honor with Elfin. You know what I'm saying? Granting passage back to Valinor. Across the Sunder Seas. And basically, this is his way to try to get her out of the way. All right. Her and the people she was with that know the truth. It's like, all right, you guys have, you know, done great things in the war. It's time for peace. And you guys have been granted passage back to the motherland. Boom. Is she gonna sit there and buck on the king, be like, nah, fuck that. I need to be back out there in the streets to get old boy. You know what I'm saying? But she's like, she didn't want to be the first to ever turn that down. So she took the little golden wreath on her head. And I'm like, all right, I'll go with him, whatever. So, because basically she would have refused, the king probably could have had her killed for disobedience. So she played the role. All right. But you know, she meant for the street. She meant for battle. You know what I'm saying? She ain't meant to be going back and living peaceful. That says like, what am I gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, I know he out there. So, all right, now we head to the Southlands, and we got we're gonna meet two elven knights. One dude, I don't even think they named him. If they did, I missed it. I'm sure you guys gonna let me know in the comments. But basically, they have a black elf, and they're doing patrol through this town. All right. So, and his name is Arundir. Yeah. So his name is Arundir, and then he walks up in the bar. You know what I'm saying, like a boss. And they were talking about animals being poisoned and stuff like this, trying to whisper. He's like, yo, what y'all talking about? Where these animals at? Y'all talking about getting poisoned? Oh, it was Far East. You know, you got a traveler that came from Far East. He said, how far? He's like, man, I don't know, man. Dog, he didn't tell me. You know, maybe past Decatur. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. All right. So they chopping up. He look over and some chick is over there, you know, and she just pack up her little things and go out the door quick. You see they cut eyes at each other when they looked at each other. He's like, oh, what's up with that? So let's see what her name. Oh yeah, her name was Bronwyn. Okay, she gave him that little look. He gave her the look, kept talking, then she left out. So, and then the townspeople like, other than that, you know, you had one little dude talk about when y'all when y'all elves gonna get up out of, you know, space. Like, why y'all stressing, dog? Like, get up out of here. The war over. Why y'all still watching over us like we still, you know, up to no good? Like, go on somewhere, man. So he was about to punch him, and then the other guy came, and he just, you know, black dude settled down the situation. Like, all right, we about to bounce. But when he get out the bar, old girl waiting for him, you know, acting like she just at the well doing something. But of course she was sitting there waiting for the brother. We go out there, they chatting it up. Obviously they got something going on, you know what I'm saying, which they ain't supposed to, because, you know, humans and elves, nah, that don't work. You know what I'm saying? So they don't want that interspecies type thing going on, just like interracial relationships, I guess. So, but you can tell they got something going on. So they, you know, they talking, you know, and then they walk, and then he get back with the other night. Other night asked, you know, Elven Knight asked him what's going on. Ah, nothing. Same old, same old. So he said, oh, we got to go back to base. So they went back to base. Commander said, well, first before that, he was like, yo, bro, you know that ain't gonna work out right. What do you mean? Bruh, you know you ain't supposed to be fraternizing with no woman or man. Like, come on, bro. Stop. You know that ends in death, right? All right. I'm just telling you. Do what you do, but I'm just telling you. So they get back, the Elven Commander's like, yo, the war's over. The king is calling us back. It's time to go back to the crib. Leave these regular ass humans. You know what I'm saying? It was like, well, of course he get worried. He's like, look, we was only here to make sure that they wouldn't rise up and do evil again, because the people of this land were with Sauron. Okay, so it was some people in Middle Earth that were people that was working for Sauron and for what's the first dude, what's his Lordoftherings? Yeah. So they work for him. So not all a man were good, you know what I'm saying? So and that Morgoth, my bad, Morgoth. And that's why they were there, to just make sure that there was no uprising. So peace is done. The king's calling everyone back. So they probably was gonna get the same fate. You know, hey, everybody who served in these wars, been away from home, away from Linden, the city that they proclaimed in Middle Earth, they're like, you get to go back home. Now, of course, he runs back. Hold on, let me make sure. Oh yeah. So after that, after he tells, like, the commander tells everyone that they're going back, the elves are going back home to Linden. They flash to Galadriel, and she's on the ship with all of her crew, sailing the Sonder Seas, going back to her homeland. You know what I'm saying? And then it flashes to the king and Elrond talking about, you think this is best? She did find something. He's like, man, it's better to let lying dogs lie than go drudging up something, dog. So let's send them on their way. And then we'll handle it if it becomes a problem in the future. Come on, bro. How y'all gonna handle it when y'all been sitting there chilling in the lap of luxury while she been out in them streets handling business? You know what I'm saying? So okay, so after that, they flash back, to what's that? Alderare. Oh, my bad. I'll get these names. I'll know them backwards and forwards by the second or third episode. So they go back to Alderare, the black elf, and he's going back to town to see her. The son, like, hey, somebody's at the door. They chatting it up in the back. Somebody comes to the door and interrupts. So it's a guy saying, hey, you're a healer. So obviously she's a healer of the town. And dude want to know what's wrong with his cow. So they look at him like, oh, he seemed kind of sick. And then, Elrond, he milks the cow and it's black sludge. So he's like, oh, what was this cow grazing? Far east. Really? Did he get real far? He's like, yeah, almost to the neighboring town. He's all right, well, I'm off. I got to go, man. I got to check this out. The darkness could be coming. This is the sign. She's like, I'm coming. She goes. So after she leaves, her son and his friend go to the barn. And the barn is, underneath the barn is a little, like, space or whatever. And then basically Sauron's sword is in there. And then when her son looks at it, it started glowing, the little pitchfork symbol started glowing like the sword of omens, like Thundercats, right? So it looked like the short sword on Thundercats. So he holding it. He's seeing fire visions and stuff like that. And then someone called him and then he, it goes away. So yeah, that part. So now the kid is going to, obviously her son is going to be possessed, by the evil forces some way, somehow. Thus it's going to be a conflict. I'm just projecting or thinking that it's going to be a conflict. He's going to have to kill her child most likely if he got that sword. But anyway, all right. So that happens. So let's see where I'm at. All right. So they're going to the they flash back. Well, basically, Buddy professes his love to her in so many ways. Black Elf professes his love to the white lady in so many ways. He also says that the people of this land were evil and they were helping Morgoth. She didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? That's a little secret. And that's why they were always stationed there, to make sure that the people stayed peaceful. She didn't want to believe it. but he was like, look, that's why I'm here. And that's why I came back for you. You know what I'm saying? Because you're the nicest person I ever met. So, boom. All right. Now they go back to the Sundering Sea, you know, with Galadriel sailing with her party. They start taking off their, you know, their armor, their weapons, laid it on the ground. They start singing church hymns, elven church hymns. And then the light comes. And then like the sea parts. Well, the light parts the sea, gets real bright. Beautiful doves fly over their head, then fly back towards the light. And, you know, very enchanting, you know. And, you know, they're going through the ceremony, which is spoke of in their legend. Like when you go back home, that, you know, it's a feeling you never felt before, you know. So they're heading back, they're heading back. And she looking, she just, you know, like, damn. You know how it's like you're going to heaven and it's just like, oh my goodness, the light is getting brighter and brighter as they get closer and closer. And she's looking up and then she hears her brother and what she was talking with her brother. And then you hear what her brother said that you couldn't hear before because he whispered. He was like, you never know, you just have to take a chance. Because when she asked, how do you know which way is looking up or down? He said, you don't know, you just have to take a chance. And you can only truly know the light if you see the darkness. So her always looking up. At first she was thinking, okay, my brother said look up to the guiding light. But then she also said you might need to check the darkness to make sure you're on the right path. So she looked at the light, looked at her brother Dagger, looked at the light. She jumped off the boat, of course. As she's, you know, like, nah, fuck this ain't for me. I'm out. Dude was like holding his hand like, come on. She's like, nah, bruh, I'm good. You go to the light, bruh. I still got a business to handle. I gotta avenge my brother. So she jumped off the boat going into the light. Simultaneously, there's a comet flying from the ocean over the elves. The king see it. You know what I'm saying? The black elf and the white lady, she see it. What's that? Bronwyn and Aaron Deer. Yeah. Aderondir. Yeah. They see it. And then it lands in a little Smurf village, right outside the Smurf village. And Nori finds it. And it's like here, a huge crater. And it's a person, a older bearded person, butt bunky, in the middle of a fire crater. And of course it gives that sound of Sauron. Oh, and then it goes off. Cut the credits. So, but when they showing that, you know, it's just like simultaneously. So when they show that, and then they show her as the boat entered the light, and it closed, and it kind of looked like Sauron's eye, yo. Like the light was like a bright, pure light when she was on the boat. But when she jumped in the water to escape the light, and she looked at it, and it started to close, it looked like Sauron's eye a little bit, and it was like an orangish red when it closed, and it just got completely dark. So, and that's how the first episode ended. I've been busy this weekend, so I haven't gotten to watch episode 2 again. But I definitely gonna watch episode 2 again so I can get in more depth and I can write more notes so I can give you guys a good review on it. But thank you guys for watching. That's it. I got to get ready to watch House of Dragons. Actually, that's about to come on in 15 minutes. So, and then I'm watching Rick and Morty. So I'm gonna have House of Dragons episode 3 and Rick and Morty season 6 episode 1 coming up very soon. Thank you guys for watching. If you like the content, please hit that like button, subscribe, Also, comment. Let's chop it up. I always want to chop it up with people, talk about the content. If I miss something, you know what I'm saying, let me know. I want to get better at it. You know what I'm saying? If you agree with my opinion on this, oh yeah, this show is fire, man. For those that do like Lord of the Rings stuff, this show is awesome. Right now, if I had to compare the two, this show is probably just as good as the House of Dragons, if not better. So, flames, fire, 9 out of 10. First episode, easy. 9 out of 10. And probably 10 out of 10 if I watch it some more. But 9 out of 10 for how you started and get me invested in the characters. So, that's it, guys. I'll holler at you later. Peace up. A-Town down. Deuces.